Hey everybody, Mr. Traveler here. Thank you for tuning in today. Today's top stories we're talking about: Carnival Cruise Line has a major milestone. Norwegian goes back to some old ways of doing things. And talking about an airline merger right after this. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. Guys, if we can help you book that dream vacation, please give us a call at 877-697-4470, or you can book right online at www.mr-traveler.com. All right, guys, so let's talk about what's going on today. So Carnival Cruise Line hit a major milestone over the weekend. It welcomed their 100 millionth customer to the cruise line. 100 million customer. Absolutely, guys. So Debbie Clifford of Ohio was the 100 millionth customer. Her and her family, the Clifford family, and Christine Duffy, the president of Carnival Cruise Line, was on board to welcome them, and they made her queen of the cruise. So I don't know about you guys. They did indicate that they were going to be having fun for them all week long, and it was a big celebration on the ship, obviously, for everybody on that ship being part of the 100 millionth customers, right? I don't know, if I'm the 100 millionth customer, I'm smelling a free cruise. Am I just greedy or the same? I would think like the 100 millionth customer, they would do something like really special for them, but I don't know, we'll see. But that's a huge milestone for Carnival Cruise Line. You think about it, they just celebrated their 50th birthday last year. They started in 1972 down in Miami with the original Mardi Gras, and just they just came out with the new Mardi Gras, which really revitalized the brand. So I really think that's kind of a cool story for Carnival Cruise Line, right? You had the first Mardi Gras, which came out, which helped revolutionize the cruise industry into what it is today. And then now you have the new Mardi Gras comes out, and it's so popular, and the whole design is so beautiful that they rebranded their entire fleet with the same type of design. So I think that that's a really cool sentiment, and bravo to Carnival for hitting that 100 millionth customer. Carnival was always our lifeblood back when we first started cruising. We did nothing but carnivals back to back to back to build up our loyalty status with them. But really, it was an affordable cruise option for us. We weren't making as much money back then, and I really applaud Carnival for that. They really do a good job of making family friendly and family affordable cruises, so that you guys can take your family out and make some great memories. When you have 2 or 3 children, or extended family that wants to go and do a group or things like that, it's a great option for that purpose, because it usually fits with most people's budgets. So I think that's a really good option. Although our very first cruise was Majesty of the Seas Royal Caribbean, but we did jump right on over to Carnival, and always had a wonderful time on board this ship. So again, bravo to Carnival for their 100 millionth customer. All right, guys, so next up on the batting list, Norwegian Cruise Line is going back to muster drills. You guys remember that I did a video a couple months back. I was very upset with everybody because Norwegian decided that they were going back to doing the regular muster drills. Well, I'm sure probably from customer feedback, they decided to go back to the muster drill starting on April the 1st. They will be returning back to the muster drill, which is a wonderful thing. I'm so glad that they're doing it now. Let me put my disclaimer on here, guys. Please, when you get on board these ships, just do your muster drill. Get it out the way. It baffles my mind how they've made it so easy for people now, and I think to Norwegian's point, that's why they went back there, because maybe they thought we're making it too easy for them. It's so easy for you now. You get on board the ship, and typically it's on the app. You just do the thing. You might have to watch a little video on there. You may have to go to the muster station for like a 30 to 60 second presentation of how to put on the life vest. You know, a couple of them you watch the video in your stateroom, but I mean, literally, it's so easy to do, and it blows my mind how on a cruise line and they're still on the microphone begging people to do their muster drill. Please get on board, spread the word, do the muster drill as soon as you get on board, because we do not want to go back to the old way of doing these things. This is like the best thing that came out of COVID in the cruising world was getting rid of the muster drill. You know, it's a beautiful thing. So please, guys, you get on board. Let's do those muster drills and get out the way. And lastly, guys, today we're going to talk about the JetBlue Spirit Airlines merger. So there was a little tussle back and forth about who was going to buy Spirit, and ultimately it looks like JetBlue is top of the leaderboard on that. But the U.S. government has came in and put down an antitrust lawsuit against JetBlue and against the merger, claiming that it's going to be unfair practice, or you know, it's going to create a monopoly, get rid of a low-cost airline. And I'm torn a little bit in this decision. So, you know, first of all, there's only a couple of really low-cost airline carriers, really, it's Spirit and Frontier. You do have a couple of other little ones floating around here, like Allegiant, and then there's a couple of other ones out there which are really kind of just only have a few routes. But Spirit Airlines is the big one when it comes to discount low-cost airfare. And I mean, I appreciate them. We have used them so much going back and forth from Michigan, and saved us a ton of money. And usually, if we're just going for a couple of days, we pack a little small carry-on, and we're on our way. And it's been a very convenient option for us, and I appreciate that. And I know, just like Carnival Cruise Line, Spirit is a family-friendly, budget-friendly option for you guys to come on down to your cruises. And I'm worried about this JetBlue merger doing exactly what the U.S. government is kind of afraid of, that it's going to jack up the prices. I've never flown JetBlue, and it's not because I haven't looked at them before, it's because the airfare has always been much higher. So I am very concerned about that. JetBlue did make some promises that they would invest in routes in Orlando, specifically Orlando, a ton of routes. Like they're going to go up to 200 routes into the Orlando area, into and out of the Orlando area. They also made a similar promise for the Fort Lauderdale area. So it may create some additional options for flights coming into Florida for cruises and Disney and all that other good stuff. But again, my concern is, what is the price tag going to be? I have my suspicions that it's going to be nowhere near what it is right now with Spirit. I mean, I literally booked a flight not too long ago for Spirit to Detroit. It was $59 one way, and I think it was like $49 coming back the other way. It was like literally a little over $100 per person round trip. And I have a feeling that JetBlue, if they purchase and go through with this merger, that flight is going to be nowhere near that price. Even if you think about it, how long you guys been flying, even Southwest used to be a lot more affordable back in the day, and even their flights are much more expensive now, unless you book like way out in advance. But even looking out, I just looked at a trip for a couple months from now, and I couldn't find anything decent with them. I mean, it was really high. But when you guys are looking at these different airlines, just make sure that you compare their baggage policies and things like that, right? Because Southwest, you get the 2 free bags that go along with your flight. So you have to take that into consideration, because if you fly Spirit and you need to bring the suitcases, you're going to have to pay for those 2 suitcases for both ways. So you want to make sure that you're comparing things apples to apples. So please keep that in mind. Comment down below and let us know what you think about this JetBlue merger, where you're at with it, or comment below about any of the stories that we talked about today, and or if there's anything out there that you would like us to talk about in the near future. We would appreciate that. All right, everybody, we want to thank you again for watching. Remember, life's short. Have fun. Get out there and see the world. Bye, guys.